Hello, today I'm going to be doing a review on the UHC UX Super 9 Pro. First off, I'll just give you a brief look at the box. Here it is, just a standard cardboard box, not too flashy, but who cares, doesn't need to be flashy. Inside, just some decent quality styrofoam. It protected the gun perfectly fine, so not got any issues with that. It came with one instruction manual. Pretty good quality. It shows how to assemble the gun and how to use the magazines. English was very good as well. A bag of 0.2 gram BBs. Not sure on quality, I don't really care. Not even going to use them. The shells for the rotary mag, and also some metal tool for adjusting the hop up and also assembling the gun, and then the stick magazine adapter, the stick mag, and obviously the rotary mag that's in the gun at the moment, and the gun itself. Now the gun comes in a few parts. It comes in the stock bolt, receiver and barrel. I think that's the layout it was. But it comes in quite a few parts, so you just have to assemble it. It's pretty easy, only a few screws needed to assemble it, and they're included, so it's pretty easy. Anyway, that's the box. Now, moving on to the gun itself. And here it is. So this is in a pretty nice green colour. It's actually probably the best colour you can get for a two-tone in my opinion. I'll start off around the back. I'll show the materials first. Okay, so the butt plate here is made of nice rubber. Gives a nice grip when it's in your shoulder, plus it's nice and comfy. The sling mount and loop is metal. I think the sling mount is anyway. There's a moulded cheek rest. That's obviously ABS plastic along with the main bulk of the body. The sling mount, the trigger guard and the trigger are metal. The weaver rail and the sling mount here is metal. This loop thing to hold down the barrel is plastic. The barrel starting from here all the way along down to here is metal, as well as the inner barrel, but this end tip with the front sight is plastic for some reason. Now onto the bulk top area of the gun. The receiver itself, which is inside, is plastic. The exterior anyway. I assume all the inner workings are metal. The bolt and the bolt assembly all the way along here is metal. The weaver rail on top is also metal, but this plastic here, all along here and here, is plastic. It's not metal, which is fair enough. Your hop-up adjustment is here. I have not adjusted the hop-up at all, so I'm not sure how well it works. From what I've read, it's not very good, but I don't know. The safety is here. It's just a little switch. Push back, safe, push forward, fire. If you have the bolt up, it can't fire. It has to be locked down in order to fire, so that's pretty cool. If you leave it up, you won't be able to fire, so that's kind of another safety. The main body is pretty durable plastic. I don't really see it breaking unless you smash it in a wall. One thing I would suggest you do is put a bit of electrical, or if better still duct tape, connecting the plastic end and the metal outer barrel, because this end part is only attached onto the gun by a tight fit on the inner barrel, so it can spin round basically if it gets hit. So I would suggest you put a bit of duct tape on that, and if you do, it'll be fine. I put some electrical tape on this, went to a skirmish and hit a few bits of wood a few times, hit the dirt, and it didn't spin round. So just as long as you put some tape on it, it will be fine. I think that's pretty much it for the materials. I would also suggest putting a bit of tape on this sling mount at the front here, because it's very squeaky and moves a lot and bashes against the rail, so it does make a lot of noise. Obviously the rail, you can mount a bipod on the front, and any sort of sight you want here, red dot, sniper scope, whatever you want. Now I suppose moving on to the bolt action itself. It's pretty easy now to pull back. When you first get the gun, it is pretty stiff, but now it's easy. It has a open chamber. I'll remove the rotary mag so I can show you that. So you can see straight through the mag well. Here is the rotary magazine. It's all plastic. Works pretty well. You just load them in and it spins them round. I'll show you how to do that now. So as I said earlier, you get 10, I think I said earlier, you get 10 shells. So you have 5 spare because the magazine only fits 5. The magazine can be loaded when it's in the gun. You can push them in from the open chamber. Works fine that way. I just find it easier to remove it. I guess that's it. Yeah, full mag. Okay. So it's pretty easy, just push it in, makes a positive click, and you can obviously see the rounds in there. Push it forward, and now when you pull the bolt back, it shoots them out. This is obviously quite easy to do because I've cocked the gun, but when you have to keep actually cocking the spring every time you pull the bolt back, when you're actually firing it, these are quite hard to actually fly out, because you have to pull it back really hard to get them smoothly flying out, otherwise they can just sometimes get stuck in the chamber and you have to remove them. And that's the 5. So the action does work pretty well. You just have to yank back really hard when you're actually cocking the spring as well. Now that's that pretty much. The bolt is very nice. It feels pretty positive when you push it forward. As you can see, it's very nice. One thing I have to say is after playing the skirmish match with this, it got pretty grubby, so I had to clean it, strip it down and clean it. I put a decent amount of lubricant on it, and it actually doesn't work that well, the bolt. So to be honest, you're better off not putting much silicone oil on the bolt, just a small amount, because it doesn't function very well when it's well lubed. So just put a minimal amount on the bolt. So next thing is the stick magazine. Now in order to fire the stick magazine, you will need to insert the stick magazine adapter, which is this little thing here. It's I can't focus. It's a piece of plastic basically with a spring and a copper tube. And well, you saw the spring working there. You basically plunge it in and it feeds the BBs in, holds it in there, and then you can fire. So in order to use this, you have to put this into the chamber. It's got a little hole in it and you just have to match it up with the hole there. It's easy enough to do. There we go. It's in. You can probably see there. You can see the little copper tube being pushed forward. And this allows you to put the stick magazine on, which in order to do that, there's the little hole there. You put the front on first, and there's a spring back here, which there's like a little notch in there. You push the spring back here, it's got a little notch, and you just release the spring into the little notch on the side of the gun, and it clips in. It's pretty solid. Now you just pull the spring back as it is here, and it's got a hole in the side so you can load it up and you can fire it that way. So that's the practical way to use this gun, obviously for skirmishing and such. And now still works obviously exactly the same. So that's the basics of this gun, not really much else to it. It feels pretty durable. I was using 0.2 gram BBs at the skirmish site, and because I haven't tuned the hop up at all, it's how it came in the box. The BBs were flying about after 40 feet, they were just flying straight up. So really I probably needed some 0.25 BBs, and also needed to change the hop up. So once you've done that, I think this would be a pretty good sniper rifle, and it's a decent price for an entry level airsoft skirmish gun. Other than that, I don't think there's much else to show. It's a nice quality gun, quite a bit of metal on it for the price range. So yep, as far as I'm aware, that's everything. Obviously I don't have any scope or anything for it, so I just use the iron sights. There is like a little, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little pin there in between the rail points, and you can use that pin with the front pin sight, and those just line up perfectly fine. It's pretty accurate. So I mean, if you don't have the money to get a scope like I didn't, then it's still perfectly fine with the iron sights. I don't think this is going to be very good at long range sniping, but I think as just a designated marksman rifle will be pretty good. Oh, and one final note, when I chronoed this at the Airsoft site, the box, I think, anyway, but the websites say it's 400 feet per second. Whilst firing about 200 rounds through it, I can confirm that it was 345. Since then I fired another 200 through it, so maybe it's lower now, I don't know. But anyway, it's pretty good, to be honest, for its price range, FPS wise. So I don't really think that that's a bad thing that it's lower than it says. You know, it's to be expected. But anyway, I'm rambling on, so thanks for watching. We'll have a review of the HG 170 gas blowback pistol soon, and also hopefully the M57A AL 96 sniper soon. So yep, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.